Hey Saber fans, Darth-Alice here again, and just wanted to show you another finished saber. This is pretty much just a basic install with some light weathering and some patterns that that came with the kit of a Solos Hold Luke V2. And I finished this up for one of my clients named Dave Morabito. And really what I've done with this saber, it's not much different than the others, because I know there's quite a few of them out there, and everybody has their own take on what is correct. Well, I did the same thing. I studied a lot of the screenshots from Return of the Jedi, because I just wanted to get it as close as I could as possible to looking like what you see there. And what I've done is my standard galling and pitting aging method all throughout the saber. So you can see a lot of the wear, the beat up pattern, and then you can also see the chunk. Here, let's raise this a little bit for light. There we go. You can see the chunk taken out of the front of the emitter, like you see when it's on the Emperor's throne. And then of course some beat marks on the front of the emitter itself. I used the masking pattern that came with the kit itself, of course, as I mentioned. Gaffer's tape on the front here of the wind vane. And then some beat and bang marks along here. And again, I really didn't use that much paint to be able to do all this. Again, stencil on the back with aging and blackening of the metal underneath. The clamp is a reproduction, though I did cut down a real Graflex piece here and used, I'm not even sure where this came from. It's been in my parts bin for a long time. I don't know who made it, but it's a few years old. But it had the same thread pattern as you see on a Graflex, so I just cut that cube down out of the reproduction clamp part to get that effect. Then of course we've got a Sloth-furnace card here, which is pretty much standard on these. The greeblies on the back, the D-ring, all of that. Okay, and then of course the reveal. And this one my client chose, and he actually bought the parts for the kit itself. I just did it again assembly. But this is the master chassis from Goth3designs by Rick Ryle. And I just did a real light aging and silver paint on this thing because I want it to look more like aged steel. Copper rods here for retention. The board is Igniter2-R2, which is current. It's got a few different custom fonts on it. 2.1mm recharge port, as everybody knows. Easy access to the SD card here. Then of course the slide out crystal chamber section. Now this one, again, I didn't get real crazy. I went with the brass and the steel set. Did some light aging with it. Added a couple copper pieces in there to cover up the original screw points. So again, as you can see, it's just turned out to a nice tidy install. And again, this goes right along with the principle, make it stupidly easy to install and assemble, which this was. It didn't take that long once I got into it. Once the aging was done and all that, the install was pretty darn easy on this thing, which is again a big kudos to Rick Ryle, who designed the chassis system and the way this is set up. Great job. So with that, let's hear this thing boot up. Of course, 28mm Railmaster. Couple accent LEDs, of course. And the first font,
I'm a Jedi, like my father before me.
and I believe Blako came up with this font. Again, it's one that was sent to me. And I precision fit a quartz crystal to the inside of this. There's no glue holding that in. It just happens to be ground down to fit in that mount the way it's supposed to. It picks up resonance and sound when you screw the bottom section on. Let's see it with a blade. Now I've got a 7/8 blade from my friend Shady Canuck, Steve Robinson, and this is a heavy grade with film wrap, and boy, I tell you, that guy makes some nice blades. Grab the end cap for this thing. Here we go. Take the insert out, that'll help.
Looking forward to completing our training. Your grave mistake. You
And the FX pack doing its thing. There we go. And a dual phase while I was twisting it, of course. And of course, that's the first font.
I am a Jedi. There's been an awakening. Have you felt it? Yes.
Kylo Ren. More into a fire blade. Predator. Favorite font, Call of Duty, Zombies. It's an older one.
Awakens, Graflex.
Pretty self-explanatory. And loop back right around to the original first font. So there we go, folks. Once again, thank you for watching. This is Darth-Alice, and may the force be with you always.